The importance of this webinar is to make sure that everyone learns how to navigate and get the most out of their InforIBMIUsers community. The introduction I'd like to start out with, as you can see our agenda. My name is Loring.Kaveney. I'm the president co-founder of WorkOutLoud, and I've actually been working with the Infor user groups for, I would say, a little over 20 years. And so we're very excited to share with you how WorkOutLoud has evolved based on the best case scenarios as well as any requests or enhancements. Once again, WorkOutLoud has been around for 11 years, although we have been working, as I mentioned, with user groups for about 20 years. It is an independent community, and so what that means is anyone is able to join if they'd like to, as well as have the ability to invite other people, and I'll show you how that works as well. And we will also be talking about how everyone is able to join, create their own group, receive information from others, from their partners, and so on and so forth. And I'll go over that. Showing you how to stay connected, how to follow individual people as well as following groups. So they're known as your user groups, as well as partners. And we really appreciate the partners for investing their knowledge as well as staying connected, just showing that they have a strong willing to continue to educate all the members of this community. We'll also show you how to share important information, as well as you can see, updating your profile. That's also very important, and then how to connect with other people. So when we created WorkOutLoud, we wanted to make sure that there was a unified, excellent experience where instead of going to multiple places, receiving information, when we know your focus is on the responsibility that you have within your Infor product. And so what we've been able to do is create a community that has events, blogs, a feed, being able to connect with other people, just have ongoing information that is going out to our members, so then they're able to be updated and come into the community and learn more. The other thing that we found that's really important is 3 strong components, which is to engage, retain, and grow. So facilitating not only just the events, the online registration that we host with user groups, but being able to continue out through the entire year, being able to stay connected. Also support continuous learning. Because software continues to evolve, it's always important to be able to communicate to someone who has gone through the same experience that you are approaching. And so that's where you're able to gather insights from peers, as well as any of the partners. They do educational webinars, as I mentioned before. Also tracking engagement. It was very interesting. We put a survey together and another InforIBMIUsers community, and I'll share the outcome with that. What was really important was for WorkOutLoud to be able to track the engagement. We want to make sure that we are providing the user groups, the partners, and the members a location where they're able to exchange information. And if we see the engagement, if we're able to manage it and monitor it, we're able to understand who's coming in, what they're doing, and how can we enhance what needs to be a little bit easier to use, which has really helped us build WorkOutLoud. Also growing the membership base. Obviously, there's acquisitions, there's new companies that pop up, there's new employees. We have given you the opportunity to invite people into the community. Very simple. And so with that said, that will also be a demonstration. The purpose for this slide, real quick, and this is the last slide, and then we're going to go into the live demonstration. The purpose for this slide is this was a survey that I sent out to an InforIBMIUsers community. They had almost 10,000 members in it. And what we found, which is very consistent, what we've heard from the other InforIBMIuser groups, as well as other user groups that we manage, that is, what's important to them and what are they doing, and why are they coming back into the community. So as you can see here, 45% frequently come to the community platform. We do know that the average member comes into the platform and they're in there for about an hour. What are they doing? They're watching a recording of a webinar, they're reading a blog. So this is information that we received from the community. We asked for feedback and they gave it to us, which was wonderful to see. So 36% live webinars. You can see they found it was very valuable in the lower left-hand corner. And then, of course, why are they continue to come back? And what do they want more of? They want more best practices. And that's where we lean on our partners to have educational webinars, as they are the ones that are out in the field and upgrading, supporting all of the Infor customers. And the lower right-hand corner, this was primarily for the Cloud Suite community, but we all know we want to know information about upgrades. You know, are there enhancements? Enhancement requests are always very important, and you do have the ability to have a voice to vote for that within the Infor website itself. So one other thing, just real quickly, is I just wanted to share this real quick because I do thank you for attending today. It's not the end of the presentation, but I wanted to share my email address real quickly. So you can always feel free to contact me, call me, text me. I'm also always available in the community, and there's a help button in the lower right-hand corner, so that's always helpful. So what you're looking at is the overall digest of the community. So it's a snapshot of what's happening. You can see the events, you can see the feed. Unilink posted something just 42 minutes ago, which is fantastic, as well as Guide a couple days ago, they posted something. So this is where our partners that are very valuable to this community continue to help educate with updates and things. You can also see our mission statement, as well as the community value statement, which is important. There's blogs, there's media. This is where if you missed a webinar, you can certainly watch it at any time when it's convenient for you. And you can see we have the media here, as well as files. We allow the user groups as well as partners to upload their files, which is very valuable when it comes to an annual conference such as Empower 2026 that is coming. There will be presentations that are shared. We also have a leaderboard, so you can see, it's kind of fun to see how can you get towards the top, and there's little instructions over here. How would you like to learn how to get your points? One of the most important things when being a member in this community, and that is you need to make sure that your profile is up to date. So if you go to the upper right-hand corner here, you'll see that your edit profile. Once you select that, it will then open up the area, because job roles change, email addresses change, address, anything changes. Especially if someone had registered you at Empower 25, you might want to go in there and update it because there may have been some changes. And so you do have the ability to update the profile. The importance of that is where people can find people just like you. And I'll share with you where that is in just a second. Something that's also important is as you scroll all the way down to the bottom of your profile, you can see notifications. This is where you have the ability to receive immediate notification if someone is trying to reach you, or if there's a group that you are following, other known as a user group or a partner. This is where you can receive immediate notification. Now, we do send out newsletters every Monday morning with what took place last week, what's happening this week, and then going forward the following week with the calendar. So we try to constantly prep everyone in the community of what is going on, because we certainly don't expect you to drop everything that you're doing during the day and go out and look. That's why we send out notifications, we send out newsletters, and the partners send out updates, as well as the user groups. So for instance, I know that the LX user group is going to be hosting a webinar on the 10th, and that will be public probably on Friday. So that will be some good information. And then of course we send out email communications inviting people back into the community to register for that, like you did with this event. So as I had mentioned, the importance of updating your profile. This is an example why it's so important. So if you again go over and hover over your profile picture, go to Tools, and if I continue to scroll down on one of the items, it says Analytics. So the analytics, this is live data. This is up-to-date information based on if everybody filled out their profile correctly or need to update it. This right here, you can see the population of the community and how it has grown, but also you're able to see the unique individual profiles that have been added. So in September, we did have a bump. Obviously, it was Empower 2025. And so, but what's nice is you can see we continue to grow the community. Now, as I mentioned, your profile should be updated, and the reason why is because I can see 60% of this community are customers. If I click on this box here, I can very easily follow those members. But I wanted to touch on the ERP area. So it says 54% of this community is XA. So if I go ahead and click on this, although I'm going to go ahead and go into LX. So if I click on LX pie chart, again, this is public information. Everyone has the ability to do this because they've created a membership to this community. I'm able to continue to scroll down. If I wanted to, I could certainly search for a particular type of person clicking on the pie charts. So if I wanted to, this is kind of a LinkedIn concept where I can follow somebody, I can connect with them, or I can send them a message. Now over in the lower right-hand corner of the community, at any time, I can certainly have a conversation with somebody that I see is online, and they receive it instantaneously. You do have the ability to have multi-conversations if you want to with a group of people, kind of like a Slack concept. And so again, I wanted to share with you, it's as easy as just clicking on it, and now I'm following it, and now they're going to receive a notification that's normally in the upper right-hand corner that they would like to accept connecting with me. So that is something that I think is important when it comes to updating your profile. If you would like to manage your password, your subscriptions, if you only want to receive certain emails from certain groups, you do have the ability. If you wanted to opt out of the newsletter every Monday morning, you can, or individual groups. So we empower you to have complete control of how you receive information. So let's start looking into some of the tabs that are at the top. So let's go ahead and dive into a couple of other items that I think they're important. So within this community, this is where you are able to see your feed at any time. Something I want to touch on really quick here, the amount of members that are in here. You can see that is publicly displayed, how many posts, how many people are online right now, the questions, and of course the events. And so here's the search mechanism right here. Something that's kind of exciting, our AI has been created for some time now, and so that will be launched in the next month or so, where you're able to ask the WorkOutLoud bot a question, and we're going to tee up based on the information that is within the community. So that's kind of exciting that we'll be sharing with you shortly. Going to the feed, this feed is only pertaining to the individual person. So for instance, because I'm following Unilink, because I'm following Guide, this is why I'm actually seeing this information. And of course, all of the different partners, as well as the different members in here. And feel free, if there's an article that you like, you can certainly heart it. You can also reply to it if you want to, or read more. If I go back up to the very top here, forums, where you're able to ask a question if you want to. It's your typical forums, so you can certainly ask a question, and there will be a dialogue that is created going back and forth, and then of course you can come to a conclusion, or you can also unsubscribe if you want to. So this is our event calendar. As you can see here, this continues to grow. I do know that there's going to be some more that will be added, because our partners right now are discussing and creating a cadence of education throughout 2026. So this is exciting. We're going to see this start to grow. Also, Empower 2026. That information is continuing to be built, and I'm working with the planning committee, and so we're always trying to update information that we feel that is important to you. And of course, there's email notifications that go out to keep you updated. If anybody's interested in presenting, you can certainly contact any of the board members, or you can also contact me, and I can put you in touch with the person that might be able to help you. Now let's go ahead and share with you how you can follow particular partners that you're working with, or maybe you would like to get to learn more information of how they would be able to help you implement or support any products that you're looking for. So we actually have separated out at the very top. We call them pills. So there is special interest groups, there's sponsors, there's user groups, and of course Empower. I'm going to go ahead and just select all, because I would like to share with you how easy it is to follow a group. So for instance, if I wanted to, I could very easily, you can see Guide right here. I'm going to go ahead and unfollow it. But when it's blue, all you do is follow it. And then every single time they post something, for instance, let's go into their group, you're going to be able to see something that they had posted. Currently, they actually became a new partner of ours last month, and so they're starting to build up their followers. But what's nice is when they posted something 2 days ago, their 17 followers did receive this notification, and then they were able to go back into it. And I see that some people had hearted it and they read it. So this is always a nice way to stay up to date instead of, once again, any videos, content, imagery, whatever they'd like to feed or post in the feed, they're able to do that. So I think that's important to know how to follow your groups and stay up to date. The other thing is the user groups. Instead of going through all these different groups here, you can just go user group, and I want to look into the XA group, and you can see they have 230 people, 31 people that are following, and you can see updates. There was someone that was interested in learning more, and it looks like there was 2 replies. So again, this is where you can ask questions, receive information, share best practices. We empower you to stay up to date with what's happening with the product that you're responsible for. When looking at a user group microsite, you can see that we allow them to upload videos. So at any time, you can go ahead and go back to a video if you were not able to attend a webinar. Files, maybe you can see that there was presentations, and then of course you can also download it and share it. It is a PDF, so you aren't able to modify anything, but you do have the ability to go ahead and download that if you'd like to. Also surveys, we have the ability to ask questions, as I showed you during the very beginning of the presentation, the pie charts. People are able to ask questions, get feedback. It looks like there was a board member application, and just to kind of share with you what this looks like, would you like to become a board member or not? The board actually does receive this information, and then they have the ability to take a look at the analytics and then contact those people. So I believe this is still standing. So if there's an interest, by all means, certainly take the survey, and they're very active with getting back to prospects. So let's go back to the groups really quick here. So there's always an invite in every single partner group, as well as the user groups, as well as the special interest groups, and Empower. So anyone, this is how we help grow this community. So you can actually invite people this way, and it's a simple, what is their email address, what's their first name, their last name, and then they receive an email notification, and then it walks them through, and then you can always modify or change that message. The invite is also located in the More up here. So as I click on More, and if you wanted to upload some peers, maybe you want to upload your department, maybe people have questions, you're in the middle of a project, and maybe you want to collaborate. So that's something else I want to let you know, that WorkOutLoud does offer an interest group to any of the members. If they're wanting to, if they're an Infor customer, they have the ability to have a private group where maybe it's just their company, or maybe it's just their department. We do allow you to do that. You just need to contact us. So we talked about groups a little bit. We talked about the events, blogs, thought leadership, which is really important. We have found that, we want to encourage people to have a voice. We want people to share ideas and concepts. So what I could do is actually I will go to, let's go to my blog area. So at any time you could read the blogs if you'd like to, and it actually tells you it's only 2 minutes long, and it actually gives you some ideas and concepts. So that's what WorkOutLoud likes to do, is we like to educate people on what matters the most to a community. It's not about selling our software. It's about educating the members in the community to help them remain strong and have a voice and communicate to each other. Conversations. This is where you're able to continue to have conversations with a direct person, a group of people, or a channel. No different than a Slack. And then of course we keep the history here, so you can go back to it if you'd like to. So one other thing I want to touch on before we leave, and that is the importance of our partners. It is because of our partners that we're able to offer the community platform for no cost to the user groups to utilize all the functionality within this platform to help grow their Empower annual conference, as well as XA, LX System 21, and our other interest groups. So it is because of the partners that have invested material dollars to be able to utilize the same functionality, other known as creating a blog, having online registration for educational webinars, uploading documentation, uploading best practices. But it is because of our amazing partners that they have partnered with WorkOutLoud. So we are able to help continue to grow this community with the knowledge that is important in order to run your IBMI systems and software. And I will also like to share with you that Infor has been very instrumental with helping WorkOutLoud and helping the partners and the user groups have a voice as well, as we've worked very closely with the leaders with Infor, making sure that we're helping support with any ideas or suggestions that they have recommended to us, even enhancement requests. I'd like to answer any questions. How long is the history kept in messages? Again, if anyone is interested in having a collaborative group that could be public or private, it doesn't cost you anything if you are an Infor customer. You can certainly, I can add that group and we can have a discussion and invite people in if you'd like to. We're also active in associations. So if you have an association that is looking for a community platform to help amplify and share information, we can certainly help them with that, as well as private companies, because we do help global companies with their private internal communities with their employees or partners or whatever it may be. So again, it is software. Anything is possible. The only thing that we ask is for you to have a voice. And thank you again for being such a wonderful, committed member. And we look forward to the future. And I hope to see you at Empower 2026.